Hello, hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today, I want to talk about something that I admittedly thought was kind of BS and realized that it wasn't. And the reason that I want to talk to you about it today is it's actually something that my toddler totally gets. And this is something that happened just yesterday, and I wanted to share it with you. So as you know, well, maybe you don't know. Maybe this is your first live with me. So if this is your first live with me, I'm Natasha Hazlett, and I help entrepreneurs from around the world get the clarity, confidence, and strategies they need to boost their income and level of influence in the world without working longer hours. And first of all, before I get started, I have to show off. Do y'all see this necklace? So my sweet, amazing friends who also happen to be my clients commissioned this necklace for me. How amazing is it? Oh my gosh, I get teary-eyed just putting it on, and I'm going to keep admiring it as I'm doing this live. So here's the thing that I thought was total BS for years. And this actually came up at our Unstoppable Influence retreat recently, is the concept of self-love. Now, I have to admit that for many years, I thought that self-love was just some kind of hippity-dippity, oh yeah, we all love each other, sing kumbaya, whatever. But when I hit rock bottom, when I went all the way down, slid all the way down, and was depressed, and I just was unfulfilled, and I was uninspired, I realized that the reason was that when I looked in the mirror, if I was being honest, I literally hated the person staring back at me. And it makes it very hard for you to hate yourself and then turn around and exude true love to others. Like, we want to be, most people don't want to be the wet blanket in other people's lives. Most people want to be a source of positive and uplifting inspiration, but it's very hard to do that when you don't really like yourself, when you are ashamed of yourself. And I have to tell you that I started thinking yesterday, because my toddler was looking in the mirror and she was like, I love my face. I love my eyes. My hair is so pretty. I love my toes. I love my hands. Like, she was going through the entire, she loves her knees. She loves her legs. She said, my face is so pretty. And I just in this moment, I was really struck. Because I started to think, like, what is the moment in our lives where we don't have that love for ourselves? I started thinking about the fact that she exudes just epic joy all the time. She's happy. She's content. She uplifts people. She's just a source of, like, you can't look at this child and not just have a big grin on your face. She's amazing. And yet, at some point, if we're not careful as parents, and it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen, I'm afraid. But there's some point in our life when we are not that joyful when we look at ourselves. Maybe, like for me, it was when someone made a comment, like this little punk in my fifth grade art camp called me hairy legs. And all of a sudden, like, it's not my fault that my Lebanese genes had me, having darker hair than all my blondie friends. But like that little punk in the 5th grade, like he made me not love myself in that moment. And I didn't know like how to handle it. And so, I started really realizing as I'm looking at our daughter and how much she just loves herself. She loves her hands. She loves her knees. She loves her toes. Her face is beautiful. She loves her eyes. Like, we need to get back to a place where we are accepting of ourselves and where we love ourselves, imperfection and all. In fact, that's something that I'm about to talk about in just a few minutes inside the Unstoppable Influence 21-Day Challenge, talking about being perfectly imperfect. But I am here to tell you, as someone that thought that the concept of self-love was complete and total BS, I'm here to tell you that it is important. I am here to tell you that it does make a difference, because it's going to make a difference in how you're showing up in the world. Are you walking into a room and your shoulders are back and you feel confident and you are just feeling comfortable just being you? Or are you kind of slinking in and just trying to blend in with the background and you're ashamed? You have a gift that you are intended to share with the world. And a lot of times it is our hatred of ourselves. It is our disgust with ourselves and maybe the person that we have become that is causing us to dim our light and to not shed and share that light in the world and to be that beacon of hope and love for someone else. Some people think that they can get away with hating themselves and loving each other, and I thought I could too. Honestly, I really truly thought that it was possible for me to like internally hate myself and then just put on a face and help to be inspiring to other people. But the reality is I couldn't. There was only so much that I could do before it all came crumbling down. And I was basically of no help to anyone because I was in such a funk. I was so depressed. I was so sad. I was in such a dark place that I wasn't able to help anyone else. It's kind of like a rubber band. And when you are out of alignment, when you are doing something that is unnatural because you don't love yourself, you aren't confident in yourself, and then you're trying to be this person for other people, it's like you're pulling the tension on that rubber band, and it can only take so much tension before it snaps. And so I just wanted to just throw that out there for y'all because, so many people I think are of my school of thought, which is that this concept of self-love and self-acceptance is just some hippity-dippity nonsense that like people that don't have anything better to do with their life are talking about. And I'm just here to tell you in this moment that it's real. It's a thing. It is going to affect you whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. And it could happen sooner or it could happen later. It just kind of depends. But I also want, as parents, I think it's so important that we continue to pour into our children this concept of self-love and loving them, helping them to love themselves just as they are, even if they don't look like everyone else. Even if even if they can't do the same things that other people do, we want to instill in our children the concept of self-love to sustain it. Because while they're toddlers, they're totally gonna get it, right? As toddlers, they're totally going to get it, and they love themselves. But we want to make sure that as they're getting into elementary school, as they're getting into middle school, we've got to be the positive influence for them to let them know that they're amazing just the way that they are. And they don't need to be perfect at everything. They don't need to look perfect. They don't need to sound perfect. They just need to be who they really are, because they are the light in the world, and they are going to be amazing, powerful little agents of change in our world. And so I just wanted to bring that up, because it was such a touching moment for me to actually witness this act of self-love in the mirror by my little almost 3-year-old. It was just a really powerful reminder of how we feel about ourselves actually affects how we show up in the world. So that's what I've got for y'all today. If you are in the Pacific Northwest, I want to encourage y'all. There are 2 amazing events that are coming up on Sunday, May 6th. Along with Christy Codred-Nickel, we are going to be at an event called the Unstoppable Revolution. It's in downtown Boise. Y'all, we only have a handful of tickets left. Go to unstoppableiinfluence.com/revolution for an amazing, to get your tickets, only $20. And it is going to, the net ticket proceeds are going to go to benefit Dress for Success. And then next weekend, because if y'all haven't had enough of me from lives, if you haven't had enough of me from the 21-day challenge, then maybe you want to come and see me live in person so I can give you a hug, sign your book at the Unstoppable Revolution. That's on Sunday, May 6th. And then on Saturday, May 12th, I am going to be the closing keynote speaker at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Symposium in Boise. It's also in downtown Boise at Boise Center on the Grove. And I'll make sure to post the link so that you can grab your tickets. We still have some tickets available. This is an entire day with dynamic speakers, and not just me. There is a self-care room. There are vendors that are all going to be empowering you, mind, body, and spirit. And I'm so excited to be a part of that event as well. And I hope that I will get to see all of y'all at one of those 2 events. So y'all take care. Have a great day. And I will see you soon. Bye.